Alright, well, it's off-season time. Hooray. What better time than ever to stream the off-season that should lead up to our first Super Bowl appearance and hopefully first Super Bowl win. So, I'm expecting a lot. Not really in free agency, more so the draft, but I don't know what this free agency is going to look like, so it could be really nice. So, to recap, we defeated both the Ravens and the Steelers in close games last week, both times with fourth quarter comebacks. Um, we'll be going over stats, yearly awards, and then we'll actually be progressing in the off season. We'll begin with yearly awards. The MVP, no, it's not. It's Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, not really surprising. Coach of the year once again, I think goes to Matt LaFleur. I think it was him again, also last year. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year once again, Jerome Baker, despite stingly having 10 picks. Offensive Rookie of the Year is the tight end Steven Redmond. Defensive Rookie of the Year is DeAndre Little. Best QB Patrick Mahomes. Best running back Joe Mixon. Best receiver is Josh Downs. Best offensive lineman is Ronnie Stanley. Best offensive lineman Greg Rousseau. Best linebacker is also Jerome Baker. Best defensive back is Derek Stingley. And the best kicker is the young man who never missed a kick this season, Alec Jackson. For the NFC, Jaden Reed wins Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to the 21 sack season holder, Aiden Hutchinson. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to the rookie who I think was picked to like top 10, Tom Hurley. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Matt Aldridge. Best QB, Jordan Love. Best running back, Josh Jacobs. Best receiver, Jaden Reed. This might be the best offense of all time. Best offensive lineman, Mick Nicholson. And best defensive lineman, Aiden Hutchinson. Best linebacker, Micah Parsons. Best DB, Jalen Johnson. Best kicker, Will Riker. And that's it. Okay. Now time for our stats in full. Evan Leonard finished the season 196 completions out of his 357 attempts, 2,706 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. The 23 touchdowns is the most in a season by a Titans rookie quarterback, which is just insane. 23 is the most. I know the most of all time is 31, but I don't know. 23 feels low to me. But I think I'm just wrong. Averaged just under 200 yards per game. Not an amazing passer rating by any means. Sacked 15 times, so that's less than once a game. But even though I guess he didn't play every game. He played 14, so he got sacked about once a game. Tony Pollard, 231 carries, 1,204 yards, 9 touchdowns, which is his worst season in carries and yards since we started. But his best season in yards per carry. So, that's actually pretty cool. Like, he got less per... Well, it's because he had a lot less carries. Also, his worst season in 2024, his longest carry was 21 yards. How? Anyway, his second best receiving season, yards-wise, and basically like all his other receiving seasons, touchdown-wise. Most of the time, he has 0. Spears, 65 carries, 315 yards, 1 touchdown, 4.8 yards per carry, which is actually his worst. He's been kind of the same player for us every year. Receiving-wise, though, had a pretty good year. He hasn't really gotten better because he hasn't really gotten more touches, more opportunities. Evan Leonard runs for 261, 5 touchdowns, 4 fumbles. So if you want to count it total, he ends with 28 touchdowns, 18 turnovers. Receiving, Quincy Russell, we already went over his stats. 55 receptions, 1,218 yards, 14 touchdowns. Marvin Mims, 38 for 666 and 5 touchdowns. Burks, 33 for 407. Calvin Austin, 25, 355 and 3. And Jaquan Jackson, 13 for 124. Sanders, 13 receptions, 2 touchdowns. Washington, 9 receptions, 1 touchdown. A lot of players allowed sacks, but the one who allowed more than one was Jedrick Wills with 8. Baker led the NFL in tackles once again with 151. Other guys with 100 tackles include Amani Hooker and Josh Starks. Jerome Baker also led the NFL in tackles for loss with 26. Landry with 19 on the season. Ebiketie with 15. Jones with 13. Edwards with 12. Sacks. Leaders are, of course, Jerome Baker and Harold Landry, both with 11.5. Jones with 8.5. Ebiketie with 7. Sweat with 5, which I think is his most in this franchise. Yeah, and it's not even close. So he technically had his best season. And then we got Edwards with 4.5, Wyatt with 3.5, Murray with 3, and then for the rookies, Calhoun ends with 5 TFLs, 2 sacks, 19 tackles, and Bushrod 5 tackles, 1 TFL, which was just half a sack. You know, his games played is probably very low. 5 interceptions for Snead leads the team, 2 for Jones, Tapp, and McCreary, and then 1 for Baker, Edwards, Hooker, and Brownlee. So that's 4, 6, 8, 10, 15 interceptions. I think that's a lot less than last year. Leading us in deflections is also Jerome Baker, 6 for McCreary, Snead, and Starks. 2 forced fumbles for Tapp, 1 for Forrest, Jones, and Edwards. One recovered by Edwards and Baker. The blocked kick by Brownlee, of course. No safeties this season. Only 2 touchdowns. Pick sixes by Tapp and Snead. Lutz misses 1 extra point and 2 field goals this season, keeping him just away from having winning kicker of the year. And Ryan Stonehouse, pretty good punting season. He punted almost 3 times a game. I don't know if that's good or not. It's weird because we had like 3 return touchdowns last season, 0 this year. But that is it for stats. So you can see our team stats down there. Not a great offense, about average, and a pretty bad defense. But it's time to figure out who wins or learn who wins this Super Bowl. Oh my God, the Packers lost again. Anyway. Jordan Love leads the NFL in jerseys sold. Joe Thuney retires. Tyrann Mathieu retires. Zach Martin finally retires. Matthew Stafford joins him. Devontae Adams, 2. Oh no, never mind. The Packers won. Then why is it? Whatever. So, 2026 season recap. Packers, after I'm stupid. After defeating the Dolphins last year, also defeat the Ravens 2 times in a row. This time, Jordan Love wins Super Bowl MVP. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Coach of the Year, Matt LaFleur. Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year, no surprises there with Aiden Hutchinson. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Steven Redmond. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, DeAndre Little. A lot of AFC awards. But the NFC, once again, are Super Bowl champions. Okay, so the Ravens and the Packers have both been to the Super Bowl twice. Ravens are 1-1, Packers 2-0. Okay, on to mock draft number 4. This is the we know the true talent. And okay, and now we're the 9th pick. How's the pick changed? Nothing whatever. So okay, I was like, hold on, why do we have the 12th pick? And I was looking at records, I was like, we should have anywhere from it was like 8 to 11, but it looks like we will have 9, so we will have a top 10 pick. So yeah, I guess the game was just wrong. I don't know how that happens, but But yeah, let's actually pay attention to this. So one QB goes before us, and then they have us picking Imani Highsmith at 9. Our pick is 15. Because I know we have a better record than the Cowboys. So if we didn't trade that pick, we wouldn't have Quincy Russell, and we'd have 6 picks worse. But also, that's assuming we still trade Jeffrey Simmons. Alright, retirements. I don't believe we have any, but... Oh no, never mind. One of our backups, David Onyemata. And then Kevin Byard and Shaq Mason retire. Who else do we not know? Keenan Allen, Ryan Kelly, Taylor Decker, Keith Smith, former Falcons fullback, Rob Havenstein, Tyler Higbee, C.J. Mosley, Kevin Byard, Michael Pierce, Joe Thuney, and Jonathan Jones. Emmanuel Ogba, Khalil Mack, Aaron Jones. All these guys didn't have teams when they retired. Mo Cox, Devontae Campbell, Marcus May, Lyle Collins, Larry Ogunjobi, Austin Eckler, Eddie Goldman, James Bradbury, Kareem Hunt, and an offensive coordinator retired. Okay. And we're on to upgrading players. Oh, it's these guys. Hey, hello, hola. Okay, now press conference. Hey, everybody. Coach, let's talk about the next few months. What is your plan for the coming off season? We win the draft. We need to win the draft this year. On 4K trade. What does that mean? Maybe one of the guys we draft in the first 3 rounds is 80 overall. I think that's more likely somehow. We'll draft the difference maker. We'll check back in training camp to see how we did. Quincy Russell trusts that his coach will win the draft. Dude, don't say that. I lied. Alright, let's see. Well, I should have thought before. Well, I don't care about safety. Just get some stuff. And there goes all that 120 staff points. Okay, so that's it for staff week. We don't really care about staff week because I'm still Titans coach. 4 players ready to negotiate. I'm not sure what the additions are. Oh, it's franchise tags and stuff. So, I mean, it's not surprising that we're going to be accepting J.C. Latham's decently expensive 5th-year option. Pollard down to it. Oh, you gotta look at regression before we look at this. Depth trade and regression and such. So Russell does not drop. No surprises that Pollard does. No one drops on the O-line. So Pollard's like the overall in which you see running backs at in free agency. He still has like individually some decent ratings here. But his juke move and spin move are gone. He lost 2 depth traits. Loses a speed, 6 change of direction, 4 juke move, 5 break tackle, 9 ball carrier vision. There's just no way you keep a player like this. It's like, I mean, it makes sense. He's turning 30. Running backs, name how many starting running backs are 30 years old right now. It's not easy. And on defense, Landry regresses to normal. Tap keeps superstar. Seems like nobody else dropped. Because Jones also keeps X Factor, which I don't even know how he got that. But Landry down to a 78. Loses 1 tackle, 2 speed, 2 hit power, 2 change of direction, 2 finesse moves. He's never going to probably eclipse 80 overall ever again. Still has some decent ratings, but I'd be surprised if he had 11.5 sacks again next year. But yeah, seems like our keeping our team young was a pretty big thing because we are still pretty much the same team we were. I think Edwards has regressed a bit. He loses 1 tackle, 1 agility. He's now 31, but he's not regressing too harshly. Anyone else I should check? Ike Sneed might be check worthy. 88, I think that is lower than he was. Yeah, he loses 2 play rec, a speed, a zone. But still a very valuable player to this team. And I think we'll finish off with Baker, who I'm not sure if regressed or not, but he's 30 years old. But I know that if you play well, you lose. Yeah, he didn't even regress. If you do well, your player will not regress, which is probably why Edwards didn't regress too much and Baker doesn't regress at all. So yeah. Baker sticks around as we move on to re-signing players. Obviously not going to franchise tag Tony Pollard. We could franchise tag Edwards. That'd be $24 million, which is just impossible. And Harold Landry. I mean, how much do you even think he's worth paying? 9.5? He accepts $9.5 million. I mean, I don't think you can pay. I mean, we'll see how that goes, but Alphonso Sanders. He's not interested in signing. PJ Richardson, Jacoby Brissett. So we're down to $70 million as we head into free agency. Landry stays for now. We have a few new messages. We need to upgrade at corner, defensive end, center. Just a lot of trade rumors. Derrick Henry gets cut. Yeah, his career's done. And we're on to the first week of free agency. Crap ton of stories. I'll write these down. Ian Crocker gets a story after I already like him. So what kind of name is Jackson Wilson? Okay. So, first thing I want to do is actually look at the roster. Is there anybody who I feel like shipping out? Sweat is in a weird spot for me. I'm not sure what I want to do with him. Connor Williams, I don't think I could get much out of him. So I think he just sticks around as a backup. I really don't think we'd get anything for Connor Williams. Only way we trade him is if we're in the draft and want to trade up, or we ship him for a late round pick later. As Bushrod, it's an 80 defensive tackle. That's higher than Wyatt. we do need more depth here. So I think for free agency, target positions, potentially another tight end, potentially running back. Really anything is good though. If we can find a stud at any position, I take it. Defensive line depth, linebacker depth, safety depth, probably. And we'll just see how that goes. But first, we will see combine results. Specifically Ian Crocker, because I like Ian Crocker. He's a round one talent with the first three cone, the best three cone. Some really, really good athleticism. Ian Crocker's a guy who you kind of think he's ranked 21 right now. Oh no, that was the first guy. Where is he ranked? 70? Okay. So we know a few of these quarterbacks' talent. So we're round 1 to 2 for Rashad McCullough. Greg Groves is round 1. Covington round 1 to 2. Still don't know about McKinney, and Jared McDonald's not very good. Which one? He's the strong arm is the runners round 1 to 2. Also know that Thomas, Hickson, and Crocker, we already knew Crocker, are all round 1. Coe isn't actually, oh my god, Gaffney's top 5 talent. Okay. Interesting. Also, Silver's a undrafted who's actually day 3, so he could potentially be a late round pick for whatever purpose. And how about Mr. Charles Pierman here? Not anything special on the physicals except for his jumping and bench press, B's, a lot of B's. We'll put him on the board for now. Knows a lot about these guys down here. Just got a slightly faster power back. Looks serviceable. And then we've got Dion Water. Oh my god. Oh, he has amazing physicals though. It's interesting because his skills look really bad, but he has something. There's something there with Dion Waters. I'm not sure what it is though. Oh, I already had him? Oh no, it's just not showing his heart for some reason. That's a weird thing to say. Fullback's probably not going to be drafted unless, like, I don't know. Like one of them runs a really fast 40. This guy's A pass block. F run block, though. Oh, he's like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we draft a fullback in the 7th round. I think we do have a 7th round pick, So we know Ryan Schneider's a round 1 talent. It's going to be tough to get a round 1 receiver, though. And then this guy's... There's a few good receivers down the board who are worth it. And a few day 3 guys who could actually be... Oh, okay. Day 3 who could be round 2 to 3 true talent in AJ Walls, physical receiver. I see a little bit of stuff that's interesting. And if I couldn't get Crocker, I don't know there's any other options at tight end. Max Swift here. Okay, he has some good physicals. A short route running, A trucking, B catching. Don't know much about the linemen, and I'm not really willing to draft anyone in the 1st round, but Mr. Chuck Downs seems pretty good for a round 2 to 3 pick. So add him for now. Not a good left guard class. At center, Anthony Leary looks pretty decent. Okay. I see a lot of B's for Philip Hopkins. Very bad physicals. We'll put him on the board, but I doubt Hopkins is picked by the Titans. There's B block shedding for this guy down here, Mike Suttle. A lot of traits, which is usually a good sign, but his physicals are terrible. That's a ton. That's a lot of traits. He's a day 3, so maybe there's something there with Suttle. B power moves for this guy. B power moves for this guy. But they both don't seem to do much else. Well, then again, this guy has a lot of traits too. He has better physicals. Gavin Derby is next. Like, these are just day 3 picks. We know the positions we want to go with for the first 2 rounds or so. So this is more like, well, what else are we gonna look at? A finesse moves down here. But I already have these 2 on my. Well, I don't have Macklin on my favorites. A tackle, a finesse moves, amazing physicals. Javon Macklin looks like a steal. It's kind of disappointing to see the linebacker that I really liked and not end up being anything special, though. Maybe he has a depth trait, at least. Let's go back to Combine instead of attributes for now. Especially for, like, middle linebacker, I want to see if there's any speedy guys here. Oh, of course, there's Mr. Powell, who didn't run the Combine. Seems to be good, though. I already have him favorited. Who's the fastest linebacker? Dwayne Faison. Elite speed. 4.44. Okay. Yeah, we want the round 1 guy. I see something's interesting in Jeffrey Benjamin. Good physicals. It's crazy because I'm spending so much time, and like maybe a few of these guys will be on this team. Gaffney's kind of like a must trade up for at this point because McCreary's on more than just a hot seat, I'll tell you that. Andrew does some really nice physicals. And doing off a B later is polite, and that's a B in zone coverage. This A delivers bone-crushing hits. Can't see his hit power though. Oh, I can. It's a C. It's not very special. But as I say a lot, you might as well put those players on your board anyway, because it's better to have a lot than a little. Right now we have 47. I just doubled it from before we started today. Okay. Available free agents includes Aiden Hutchinson. We have $71 million in cap. And also Travarius Ward is who they were talking about as well. Can I have Aiden Hutchinson on my football team? We have the best offer up there so far. We usually do player friendly. See how far that gets us. Still has us at the highest, but it saves us $8 million. That would be pretty crazy if we could bring him in. TJ Edwards still here. He still wants to be here, but that's probably not going to happen. Okay, maybe we should probably get another mentor QB in here. Someone very low overall. Nick Mullins, perfect. $1.2 million. And there's Will Levis in free agency. Didn't end up signing with whatever team he was on before us. I mean, I think it was the Jets I traded him to. I mean, not before, I meant after us. There's Pollard. He's not getting signed. There's just no way. Receiver, I have my guys Mims and Russell. Might be looking for another one in the draft. Probably won't be signing one here because I'm kind of happy with Burks. And there's no really tight ends that move me at all. There's not. It's just not a good tight end free agency class. Like at all. I think we're just going to be focusing on bigger names this season. I mean, I would be interested in a good tackle. Because Jedrick Will struggled. The only one is Stanley, and I don't know how much I want to pay for someone who's 33. I am trying to win now, and he doesn't want to be here. It's just probably going to be impossible to rationalize getting him. Could go for an older guy at defensive tackle. That would overshadow Wyatt and make it a duo. Forrest Buckner's slightly intriguing, but that's a lot of money. Trent Simpson not really needed here. And then there's Ward, which if I drafted that cornerback, it would be really hard to get all my corners playing time because it would be Snead, Ward, probably McCreary gone, and then Tapp and the rookie. So Ward's probably not something I want to go for, even though I am interested in Ward for maybe a season. Can he play safety? He is a zone player. Oh, he can play safety. Now I want him. We're going to be paying him as a cornerback, but he'll probably play safety for us. And it's just, I mean, do we try to make it the best offer? I mean, I'm trying to win this year, so I kind of want to give us the best opportunity to win, which means getting the best players that I can. So we're targeting the top 2 players. So you have to, I can't tell what like level of our offer is, but it's clear we're going to have to give them a little bit more than I really want to. If I want to be, yeah, number 1. So this is what we're doing right now. Oh, we got both of them. Well, no, we didn't. No, we didn't get Ward. We do get Aiden Hutchinson. Ward goes to the Jags, despite us giving him more money. Well, we gave him a lot more money. We gave him like $3 million more, but he still shines with them. Texans signed someone. But yep, Aiden Hutchinson is a Tennessee Titan. That happened kind of quickly. He says, so excited to be here. I'm ready to go win a Super Bowl. Aiden Hutchinson signed a 5-year deal that is worth $236 million. We are officially done. And he can get upgraded. Okay. 4 hit power. 99 finesse moves, 99 power moves, 99 block shed. And he's going to be here for probably the rest of the franchise. And why does he have run stopper? Etch that's good. So, Aiden Hutchinson is probably the highest paid defensive lineman of all time now. But just dropped 21.5 sacks. And now he's on our team. Getting paid no less than $40 million. In his last year, he was being paid 53. Okay. And he also had Nick Mullins. He's there too. And then we got our guy. Where is our guy? Here he is. He's playing left end. I probably don't need Landry anymore. Unless I move them up to linebacker, but that would be replacing Calhoun. Yeah, I think we probably just save the money and immediately say, never mind Landry. I don't really know why I'd keep him anymore. Because now we have Ebiketie would probably swap sides for Ebiketie. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to help our contract situation much since we did give him that signing bonus. But yeah, Ebiketie goes to play right end. Okay, we need to fix our specialist right now. Because our rush stuff is kind of weird. Rush left end should obviously be Aiden Hutchinson. Rush right end will be Ebiketie. I kind of, yeah, put Jones here. And then rush defensive tackle, Bushrod, will be second string over Wyatt. And we'll probably have to sign some sort of defensive lineman as a backup. So we are not done in free agency yet. I don't even know if I like this deal. These players want a lot of money. Oh, Mullins haven't accepted yet. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I'm not paying this money to Asai. So we've got 28 million. So if there is a player that catches my eye, I can go for them. Is Pollard getting offers? No, he's not. Let's add somebody on defensive tackle. These guys want $7 million per year. 30-year-old, 71 overall defensive tackles want $7 million per year. Where does the value actually drop? Because the value that these guys expect is insane. Let's just get Sheldon Rankins on basically league minimum. This is what we're just filling depth at this point. We filled a really big need, or not even a need at defensive line, but we just got the best player in the draft, in the free agency class. And only one accepts. That's Nick Mullins. And then we get Sheldon Rankins. Well, on to free agency period number 2. Okay. So we've signed Aiden Hutchinson, Sheldon Rankins, and Nick Mullins. He's like anyone worth anything. It's gone. Edwards goes to the Commanders. Pollard's still sitting there. Still no offers. We give an offer to Jaleel McLaughlin just in case we don't end up getting the running back we want in the draft. We can have a veteran there. And both Thompson and McLaughlin signed. I've never heard of Jaleel McLaughlin, by the way. Never knew about him. And BJ Thompson. That's probably it for free agency. I mean, it's another boring one, kind of like last year's. Even last year, we had 3 players who are going to play. Well, this year it's going to be like 1. I mean, that's a lot of money to leave on the board, that $25 million, but it'll give us room to re-sign next season with players that we want to keep around. But here we are at mock draft number 5. Still Rashad McCall. Oh, no. Now they have a quarterback going to the Cardinals. Okay. That makes things slightly more interesting. They have 2 quarterbacks going instead of the 1. Which I'm still eyeing Greg Groves. He's the best talent-wise. Did not do anything crazy at the combine. Actually ran extremely slowly. The scrambler, on the other hand, ran pretty well. He's one of the best quarterbacks. Thing is, we know Groves is a higher overall, most likely. These 2 are expected to go. Groves, I mean, I guess either Groves or Covington. And then there's McKinney here, Kendrick McKinney, who seems somewhat interesting. He ran better than Groves. I don't think Pro Day would really change my opinions much. Well, unless these stories are interesting. Safety Calvin Brinkley did not go through much effort. MLB Dwayne Faison had a good pro day. So, I mean, we're about to get to the draft very soon here. We're pretty much done free agency despite the money that we've left on the board. It's just, it's just that, I mean, I don't really know what else to do with it. There's no player that I'm like, oh, he's really good, so you just get him anyway. It's just like, I have the money, but what, I mean, just carry it over. See if it's a more deep class or we have more holes to fill next year. So on to free agency number 3. Of course, we're not signing anybody this week either. Free agency recap, private workouts. Oh, we got some trades going on. Okay. Okay, so Cordell Flott, a sixth, and no, Cordell Flott and 2-6 go to the Giants for Josh Uche. But no, okay, no, Josh Uche goes to the Bears for 2-6 and Cordell Flott. Okay. Not Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke Elliott goes to the Bengals for a 5th and Quandre Poe. Paul Murray and 2-7s to the Patriots for Chigo Okonkwo. I mean, to the Steelers for Chigo Okonkwo. Isaiah McDuffie and a 7th. Oh, Jer'Zhan Newton gets traded to the Jets. Did not expect that one. So nothing crazy, but some decent players are on the move. Let me check one more time to make sure there's nobody I want to ship out before the draft begins. I don't think this is gonna. Yeah, it's not. Okay, no, it did work. Yeah, I just don't see anything that I'm just like, oh, yeah, he can go. Alright. Okay. On to our 3rd draft of... Oh, no, we have to do private workouts. I mean, these are probably going to be later round picks. Maybe I look at the quarterback to see, like, if he's worth it. I think if Groves ends up going before 9, I'd have to decide between these two. And I'd kind of like to know if Amani Highsmith is a round 1 talent too. So we'll probably do that just to be safe. So we'll go Highsmith. Okay, I keep clicking on him. So the only round one guy we'll go with is Highsmith. And then other than that, we can go with oh, yeah, okay. go with the center from Let's go with Macklin and... Oh, I just realized Faison was one of the guys who we already had on our board, and he had a good pro day. So I think that it's reasonable to add him. So we go with QB, Amani Highsmith, defensive tackle, Javon Macklin, and middle linebacker, Dwayne Faison. All right. NFL Draft Week. George Pickens wants a quarterback. Kool-Aid McKinstry wants some pass rush. Jan Daniels wants some O-line. Drake May wants a receiver. QB Rashad McCullough is now the first pick on drafts? Where did that come from? Why? Or is he just like he's the highest ranked? But bro is not being picked first to the Bengals with Joe Burrow, so I'm not sure what those guys are really talking about. But we'll look at our three guys. Amani Highsmith is round 3 to 4. Good to know. And then we had the two guys down here. Macklin's round 1 to 2 and Faison's round 2 to 3. Okay. With that information, I'm going to look at my picks one more time, just so I know what I'm dealing with. 1 1 1 2 2 3s, 2 5s, 2 6s, and a 7th. Okay. Whoa, NFL Draft, here we come. The first pick in the draft, Cincinnati selects Andrew Pagan, who I actually can't remember seeing. Was he really top? He was not top 5 or anything. Saints gotta go QB here. Rashad McCullough, second pick in the draft, not first. Out of USC. Cardinals pick, they do pick quarterback Brian Underwood, quarterback out of Boston College. Patriots do pick a receiver like Drake May wanted, Ryan Schneider, receiver out of Michigan. Vikings go Lucas Jenkins. So, Giants, Browns both drafted QBs at some point. Jamie Green and I can't remember what the Browns guy's name was, and then Commanders don't need a QB. So, it just seems like QB's going to fall to us. Just as a Giants select a left end out of Michigan State. Lance Ryans, the cornerback, goes to New York. And for the 8th pick, the Commanders select Luke Alexander, just like the mock draft did say. And we're on the board. And you kind of wonder, do you trade down? Because probably not. Because you just don't risk Groves getting taken by some team. He won the Heisman, ran extremely slow, but has elite throw power, A deep, B medium, A play action. I love the A entry, A break sack, A under pressure, for some reason A trucking. Is there any contention? Probably not, because only one of the next QBs we know is even possibly a round 1 talent. The other two are probably busts. Greg Groves. Last time we picked a Bushrod out of Oregon State. Now it's time for a Heisman quarterback. The 9th pick in the 2027 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Greg Groves, quarterback, Oregon State. He was ranked 7th in true value. We drafted him at 9. Threw a no-hitter in college. Good for him. Okay, excellent deep accuracy. Shows great touch. Is hitting depth with 97 throw power. Of course, only 71 speed. We're not surprised about. But dude, 97 throw power. So we can officially basically take all the QBs off the board for us now. Falcons select Avery Crawford, left end out of Oregon. Cowboys select with their first round pick from themselves, Dwayne Fowler, a right tackle. Also out of Oregon. Jets select cornerback James Cooper. And we're on to the Bills. Yeah, the quarterbacks are going to fall. Maybe the Raiders pick one, but there's not going to be many picked. Grayson Peak looks like a very good tackle. Yeah, Raiders do. Amani Highsmith is selected at 14. And now I've got the Cowboys again, who select Cody Ambrose, left tackle. So, I mean, not many people have disappeared from our draft board because only really the QBs. I'm still excited to see where Covington goes. We have a couple of good receivers that we could pick in the first round, but I kind of want to make a trade now to just see what I can get off of for Williams. Like, what do people really want to give? What is his value? Not very high. I mean, that's a decent trade. But I'm saying, like, I just want picks. And the Bears do seem like a good spot for offensive line. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Andrews would be an immediate... I mean, Carter Williams would be an immediate starter. They'd want Kenneth Murray. I think Kenneth Murray's kind of a lot for a third. I mean, a third's kind of a lot for Kenneth Murray. I feel like he wouldn't go for that much. So, what I'm thinking is we ship off 2 players like this. We get a third and a fourth this year. We gotta trade like a pick next year. Or like a sixth this year and then like a 6 2 years from now. Pick heavy trade. Kenneth Murray, Connor Williams, 6 this year, 6 2 years from now for a third and a fourth this year. We could use those to trade up or to just take more players. Rams select Dallas Portis, but he's not going to Dallas. He's going to LA. Paul Barton to the Seahawks. Dom Robertson to the Steelers. Dexter Polk to the Lions and the Jaguars select Louis Vernon. Also, Dexter Polk looks really good. So, the next 3 QBs are still waiting to be selected. 3 of them are just kind of sitting, waiting for a team to think it's worth it. Austin Miller, another tackle, Chris Swain. How many is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the first round. Nick Presley, a tight end, goes to Miami. Tyler Tarrant goes to the 49ers. Marcus Hickson, first receiver to go to the Bears. Was he on my board? I think he was. Yeah, he was. He was one of the receivers that were on my board. So all 3 QBs still sitting here. Chiefs have no chance of picking one. So we'll see what they decide to do. Desmond Shipp, Panthers. Kendall Patterson, receiver. Another left tackle is Drew Baker, goes to the Colts. I think Alonzo Saunders was like... I know I have a Saunders on my team. That sounds weird. I'm not. Do I have like a Alonzo Saunders on my team? Or like a Saunders of some sort? Unless I did re-sign him. Oh yeah, maybe that was the guy I didn't re-sign. But yeah, either way, I was Alfonso Saunders. Now we got Alonzo Saunders. Chargers with Tyrese Barker. Ravens with Michael Benjamin. And Packers select. I have to wait. Ralph Andrews. So we pick 47, so like the 15th pick. So if I want one of these running backs, I'm probably going to have to trade up for them. I don't know anything about them. I know like how good they could be, but I don't know like talent is what I'm trying to say. Solid speed, elite strength from this guy. Elusive back. This guy has great speed. Ran a 4.38. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I'm not sure if really anybody's worth trading up for right now. Because, like, the round 1 to 2 guys, I have a few options. Still want the tight end, still want the cornerback. But those are later picks. So, I think we just see how the draft continues. Maybe we see, like, a bunch of tight ends or corners go. Then we start looking. Kyle Banks, another defensive tackle. Donnie Flanagan. Browns select Sheldon Thomas. Giants pick Evan Hardison. Commanders with Caleb Bush. Broncos, Tyrone Rossum. Falcons, Shaquille. Wait, what? Okay. Actually, I mean, I've seen that happen sometimes where, like, you have a guy who's on your board projected to be round 2 to 3, and then because they're ranked so highly on your board or on your board, and they're actually a good talent, they'll get picked way earlier. That's what happens with Shaquille Gaffney, who was projected to be a top 5 player in the draft. I mean, I'm not really surprised that happened. And Earl Covington goes to the Jets. Sheldon Lindsay goes to the Bills. And D'Angelo McPherson goes to the Raiders, leaving us with a pick. Now, the ball didn't, besides Gaffney getting drafted really early, it still went in our favor. In my opinion. We could still pick Donald Reynold. The receivers didn't exactly go how we wanted, but we have a few later that we could go for. So the question is, do I pick the running back out of Texas? Receiving back 5'8", 209. Great speed. Kind of feels like Spears, though. It's hard to say. He has some really good catching ratings, so I feel like he might give us the chance to pick that 80 overall. He looks pretty good. I think we do just pick him. Oh, we also have Kendall Quinn later, but we have an extra third. We have 3 third-round picks. We can probably trade back up into the second round. So let's do it. Donald Reynaud going to Tennessee. We're pretty happy with it. Welcome to the Titans. He's 24th in true value, drafted him at 47. Shifty with a great juke move, possesses a elusive spin move, looks comfortable as a receiver. He's hidden with 94 speed. Question is, who's going to be the power back of our offense? So, I think, where is Crocker on the tight ends right now? He's the next one. Okay. I really don't want to miss out on Crocker. I don't want them to Gaffney me. If the Rams don't have a tight end, I could be trading up as soon as right now. They really don't have one. They had to sign Mayer. Rams, listen. You don't want Crocker. You want my picks. They want. Oh no, you're not getting Mims, buddy. I don't know why y'all thought y'all were getting Mims. But I will consider trading you my worst third. I still kind of want my third round picks though. I do want my third, and like Titans, their third need. And now I can't really trade McCreary because I'm not getting that corner. I mean, they're asking for a lot for their second, so they want me to give them a next year second, a this year third. How about this one? This one they want me to give them a next year, first 2 years from now, and then the third 2 years from now. So, how much did that first round pick affect this? Quite a lot. We have an extra 4 for next year. That's pretty close. We picking back to back if we can get this through. All right, we got it. With Man, who was on the practice squad last year, plus a third 2 years from now, a fifth 2 years from now, this year, fifth and third, and then a fourth next year. That's a lot of picks. I mean, you gotta assume eventually one of those picks that the Rams are going to be taking in the next 3 years are going to hit. The question is Ian Crocker worth all we just gave up to trade up when he's not even on the page? And we're going to be passing up on a pretty good offensive tackle, a seemingly good receiver, 2 seemingly good receivers, but we need tight end more. And Ian Crocker looks like he could be a top player in this draft. All offense for our first 3 picks. That is... What is wrong with your hair, man? I don't even know what to say about that. Ranked 10th in true value. Hidden dev, 83 speed, 91 agility, 88 acceleration, left-handed, out of Clemson. Ian Crocker was worth trading up for. I think now you kind of just gotta quiet down. Just see how the board falls. I mean, of course, there's still players that I would like, but... Probably just going to have to wait till the third round to see who ends up being draftable. Devin Brackett, Trey Schaefer, Chris Kidd, Will Logan, you had another offensive tackle. Kendrick McKinney is selected to the Bucks. I'm excited to see his QB class. Shaden Williams, Junior Clements, another tackle. Jonathan Robinson, Larry Sloan, Chuck Downs, yet another tackle. Panthers pick QB Jared McDonald, Kelvin Hoskins, Max Maximilian, Nathan Patterson, Brian Denard, and final pick of the second round is unknown. So we pick a 12th here. And then we pick 15th. They picked Dwayne Faison. Oh, the linebacker I kind of liked. So the board is looking pretty favorable for us. Like our next guy that we have marked is pretty far away. How many favorites are we down to? 25. We just need Macklin to fall to 12. James Wheeler. I should probably check if he's next, like, defensive tackle. He isn't. There's one in front of him. The Cardinals need defensive tackle. Because you never too sure with these CPUs, man. Especially outside the first round. Not really. They don't really need defensive tackle. I feel like they're not going to pick him. They pick free safety. Roosevelt Morse. So we'll look at the Patriots, Vikings, and Browns defensive tackles rooms. So the Browns probably won't be picking defensive tackle. Patriots. And the Vikings don't have one. Yeah, probably gonna have to trade with the Patriots here. Using one of these 2/3. So, I want this defensive tackle. We'll trade our nearest third. We don't have a lot of picks, though. We just don't have a lot of picks to trade right now. But, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
The current pick has
A third, a sixth, a seventh, 2 years from now. To guarantee that we get the defensive tackle we want. Javon Macklin. Out of Georgia, baby. A finesse moves, A tackle, elite speed, A play rec, A impact blocking. He's got to be something. He's 28th, and we drafted him at 68. Thrasher winning with speed and finesse, moves, good awareness, and reaction as a defender. He is normal, so our first normal depth player of the draft. 81 speed as a defensive tackle at 287 is absurd. Yeah, I'm ready to skip to our next user pick. Do we go for one of those receivers now? We got Anthony Rucker. Still got Coat. A lot of D's here. Good speed, good strength. We know he's around this talent level. The question is, do we care? I think I liked Lifton, but he's day 3. One of these offensive tackles might be more worth it. I like DeAndre Powell a lot. I think he's probably the best pick here. We get even more defense. A block shot. Come on. Yeah, that's probably the best pick here. Don't pick receiver. DeAndre Powell. Crowd seems pretty happy with it. And so does he. Oh, no, not anymore. 12th in true value. We get him at 79. Enough, more than enough speed to play linebacker. High football IQ, willing, dependable tackler. Hidden dev, 86 speed. Also left-handed. He plays for Vanderbilt, or he played. Now he'll be playing for Tennessee. But I think this is a spot where you skip to your next user pick. Oh, I kind of forgot that we didn't have a 4th round pick. Mistakes have been made. Why is that keep happening? So yeah, all those receivers I kind of wanted were gone. I'm not really sure why I thought it was a good idea to skip ahead before checking what picks I had. I mean, we still know a lot about these receivers, so if we do want to take a shot on one, we got a great spoo. I like Meredith's speed. I think that's worth it already. Also a good kick returner. Mr. Meredith is 111. We draft him at 121. Soft hands, strong, reliable hands to make contested catches. Excels at drag, slants, and other short routes. He's normal. 93 speed, 77 jumping, 85 change of direction, 92 acceleration. Okay. So now our draft board. We have a QB who isn't getting drafted by us most likely. We have a few running backs left. Where's our next pick? I mean, we traded our 6th, right? We have no more. So, I mean, do we just settle it right there? In the 5th round? Or is there someone else I want to go for? It'd be tough to get anyone else, but I'm not sure if any of the rest of these guys are worth it. Just the fullback, but I don't really care about the fullback. What made me want to pick Polite? The B zone? I like Lipton a lot. I kind of want him. I think what I want to do is make my last pick Lipton. He's not very far away. So we'll like skip 3 picks and then try to trade with the Eagles. Hopefully it doesn't take too much. Oh, I do have a 4th round pick, which is a late 4th round pick, which made me feel like I didn't have one. A Monty Hooker for a 4th? No. But well, I do have more picks this year. Well, no, I don't. Well, no, I do. So wait, so I did. I'm slow. That's why. I'm stupid. That's the explanation. 5th, 7th, 5th, 7th next year. Maybe we could just do 4th, 7th next year.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's good enough.
Pick has been traded.
Welcome to the team, Lipton. We'll skip these. Ranked 146, picked him at 125. Consistent tackler, fast enough, soft tackler. 91 speed. Normal dev, of course. Alright, here we are. Still got those running backs and the fullback.
There has been
All right, we traded this year 5th for a 6th and a 7th next year and a 6th the year after next. Just to make sure that, I don't know, just to make sure we got picks for the next couple years. How many favorites we got left? 2. None of the running backs, none of the receivers. DJ Cummings, A finesse moves. Is probably what made me put him on the board, and Mike Suttle with B block shed. Well, we did need D-line depth, so. Yeah, even the fullback got drafted. Cummings is only 21. He's 353. Okay. Not a great pick. They say bad pick. Okay, dude, I get it. I didn't make a good pick for my last pick of the draft. Is it really that serious? That's it. Hopefully this is a pretty... Oh, I'm not sure. I knew the first draft class we did was really strong. This one, the second one was really weak. This one I'm not exactly sure. But time to look at the draft. So we select 5 players who are at least a 74, and then 69, 68, 61. So we'll start with Greg Groves out of Oregon State, our new starting quarterback wearing number 8. I probably should change that. I don't think I want him wearing Will Levis's number. We need at least like 3 more quarterbacks before we go back to number 8. We go 11. I like 11. I think 11 looks nice. But 9th pick in the draft, 76 overall. Look at those ratings. 97 throw power, really good deep and medium. Could work on the short. Decent stats all around, really. I'm hoping Greg Groves will finally shape the Titans into what we need them to be. He's already good enough to start, and that's what he will be doing. Because we don't got time to waste. We don't got time to develop. We need immediate results from Greg Groves. Next is Donald Raynaud, receiving back. Terrible power back, by the way. 94 speed, 78 break tackle, 91 acceleration, 92 agility, 76 carrying, 83 juke move, 91 change of direction, 76 catching. He's a really good player. Definitely worth the 2nd round pick. And right after, we selected Ian Crocker, tight end, out of Clemson. He has some very interesting gear on. 83 speed, 82 catching, 88 acceleration, 74 route running, or short route running, 83 spec catch, 82 injury. I have to pay attention to that all the time now thanks to Quincy Russell. He wants a mentor. He likes that we're a playoff contender. Doesn't love our historic record. And then now our first normal depth player, Javon Macklin. See, he is a good player, 74 overall, with 82 finesse moves out the draft. He doesn't have anything else. He's not insanely strong. He has good tackling and speed, but no block shed, no power moves. He can rush the passer. So Macklin probably going to be a decent backup for us. I'm excited to see what he can do in the preseason. And then our next 3rd round pick was DeAndre Powell, 75 overall in the 3rd round. Let's give him a different number, because I don't like giving them immediate, rookies. I don't like giving them numbers that we just gave to a guy at their position. So we'll go with 51. But yeah, Powell, 87 tackling, 86 speed, 78 block shed. This is an amazing player. 87 tackling out the draft. You don't see that every day. He likes Tennessee too. Well, so we got our Baker replacement. And next is James Meredith, receiver out of Iowa State. 93 speed. Pretty good short route running. Decent catching around, but terrible deep route running. Good kick return. That could be where he ends up settling. He also likes playing with us. And then we've got Matt Lipton out of Iowa. He's running 41. I don't think it's a gruesome number for a safety. 91 speed, no zone, no tackling, decent hit power, decent man. Just a really raw player, which is fine at his age and at his pick. So, that's okay. And then finally, our 7th round pick was DJ Cummings out of Ohio State, wearing big 99. So that A ended up being 74 finesse, which isn't terrible. Just a very weak player and doesn't have anything else going for him. So that's probably why. But I'm excited to see. Well, I'm kind of scared to see some of these players, particularly the quarterbacks. But Pagan, as a first pick in the draft, was 73 overall. 79 finesse moves. Is this another just like not very high overall draft from like? Yeah, it is. Oh my god, I missed out on the best player in the draft. Besides a fullback, Shaquille Gaffney is normal and is wearing an absolutely disgusting number, but is very talented. 95 speed, 78 man, 75 zone, 76 press. So it's an interesting pick. It's a good 2nd round pick for sure. It just makes it hurt a little bit less because he is not X Factor or something. But yeah, this is a weak draft. 78 overall is the highest. We'll give him a better number, though. And Rashad McCullough, normal dev quarterback. 94 throw power, more balanced accuracies, faster, but weaker arm and normal dev. Brian Underwood, a 70 overall QB, also normal. Also has decent ratings, but it's going to be tough to develop him. It's like starting with a mid player. And then here's Groves. Kendrick McKinney's a 72. Amani Highsmith, right there. And I was actually kind of interested to see Earl Covington. He's also normal. We've not seen another hidden quarterback yet. He has insane short accuracy with 88, along with 86 throw to run, 82 speed. I think that's a player that could win Rookie of the Year, just increases depth trait anyway. If I'm the Jets, I'm nowhere near mad at that pick. And then finally, Amani Highsmith, also normal dev. 88 short accuracy though, 93 throw power, 81 speed. Very similar to Covington. Who else is interesting in this draft? Sheldon Lindsay, who he didn't end up being able to pick, is very good. 77 overall, 90 speed, 94 acceleration. Good droop move. His ratings actually aren't that crazy. He just has a much better carrying. He's just a better elusive back and power. He's like a more complete running back, where our guy is more specifically shifty. But yeah, very weak draft class once again. James Cooper's pretty good. Desmond Ship. Snyder, the 4th pick, is a pretty good pick. There's Groves and then Crocker. There wasn't any players who I really, really wanted and didn't end up getting. So it just doesn't like... It's just not a crazy strong draft class, so... It's like, okay, I mean, I did what I wanted to do in this draft class, so... I have no complaints. I was kind of hoping I could have gotten a receiver a little earlier, maybe. I just didn't think they get picked as commonly as they were. But I'm still, like, completely cool with this. This is a good draft class. 5 players over 70. And well over 70. We've got, 3 players who will be getting starting reps, because Reynolds going to be paired with Spears. Groves and Crocker both going to be our starting players. So like, yeah, that was a pretty good. Probably better than our last draft. I liked our last draft a lot though. But we had more potential. Um, no, Crocker is not going to be playing fullback. No, he is not. That will be Huff again. And then Crocker here. And of course, we got Grove starting. And then on the defensive side, Powell will be backing up Baker. I'm very happy to see that we got a decent linebacker out of the draft. And McCreary gets to keep his job. Hooray! And we drafted some depth, too. In safety and D-line, which is what I wanted to do. They want Meredith to be our return man. And for specialist... So, what I want... Oh, we probably need to sign a power back. But I don't really want 3 running backs anyway. And you don't really need power backs. Like, that's not a necessary thing. I've been doing it with Spears and Pollard for a while. This is probably going to be advocating. I mean, if they say Bushraw's better, then we got Bushraw behind him here, but starting up here. That actually sounds fair. And then I wonder how we're going to do with no TJ Edwards. Yeah, we'll have Reynos starting out as starting third down running back. But yeah, that's about it. That's a pretty good draft. We got an amazing player in free agency. Maybe want to see a more spike in overall. We only want to buy one, but I don't really care about that. So next time, like what Greg Gross brings to the huddle, hard to critique the Titans for getting a QB. Oh, I forgot about Cole. Oh, yeah, now I need to check what he is. He went to the 49ers. I think it's funny that they put the 49ers like actually where the name 40 would be. Falcons had 3 picks in the draft. Did they trade all of them? They had a really bad pick in the first round. Well, he's hidden, but like he's not good. And then they got an amazing pick overall wise, who wasn't good at depth trait, and then they got a decent pick in the third. Here's Coat. He's a 70. He's hidden. I wouldn't have been mad at the pick. Even if he's star, which he likely is, I would have liked to get Coat. Yeah, he is star. I would have liked him either way, but we did end up getting an even better linebacker, so you can't really complain. But that will be where this stream ends. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully season 4 is the year.